What's the slice? What's the crust? It's your boy T Todd, and welcome back to another episode of He's on Fire with my trusty co-host.
What is poppin'? It's your boy Max A.
I love it. Every time I hear it, I can't get enough of it. I'm not gonna do it again for me. Can you do it one more time for me?
It is your boy Max A. And we got snackies for all the good girls
We do.
who like snacks. You know what I'm saying? You a good girl, come talk to daddy real quick.
What kind of snacks you like, girl? Why you on the Pokemon card though? I got snacks in the head, girl. Let me summon this. What Pokemon is that?
The grass one?
No. Support. How do you pronounce it? You said the grass.
Sprigatito.
Sprigatito.
I think this one was
Mexican grass type.
Yeah, it was based in Spain, the new one. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
If I'm not thinking too hard about it, Blaziken.
Oh, just like not even okay.
Just not
cool,
even thinking too hard about it.
I like it.
No,
Blaziken.
I lied. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm a. Is it Marowak or Cubone? Which one first? Marowak.
Cubone's the baby one.
Okay, I like Cubone because he wears his mama's skull.
Okay. There might be some dark implications there, but we'll roll with it. It's fine.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Is a shiny Umbreon. So like the regular Umbreon is all black and it's got gold circles around it. The shiny one is all black and it has blue circles around it. It just looks better to me.
You know what? I'm not even hip to the new Pokemon. I mean, I know the shiny Pokemon isn't like necessarily new, but like anything after 6th grade, I barely know.
I think
That's
shiny.
why I said Blaziken and Marowak. I'm like the first.
I want to say Umbreon was like second generation, like because the first three was it's like the Eevee evolution, so it was Flareon, Vaporeon, and
Only got 7 of them.
Yeah, like at least.
And I was having like a little trivia with Ian, and I was showing him. He was asking me what's that, and he pulled up an Eevee, like it was an evolution Eevee. I forgot which one it was. I'm like, I forget the name, but it's Eevee's fire form or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when it was only 150 Pokemon. Remember that?
It's close. It's over 1,000 now.
Yeah, it's over 1,000. You think
like
about,
One Piece episodes.
Yeah. More Pokemon than there are One Piece episodes. For a very short amount of time. I heard they're rebooting the Pokemon series.
Well, from what I heard, Ash is done being the main character.
But like, why is he done? Is he finally a kid that woke up from his coma or what?
I don't know. I think they're just done with his journey. So they're starting with like 2 or 3 new people. Starting actually with this series that's based in Spain.
But didn't they already have a series with a new kid? Or is this the very first?
They've had non-canon series with different people.
And then they've had series where they add side characters, like they take out Misty and Brock and added May and what's the other kid's name?
I can't.
I think that was like the last time I watched that shit when I was 13, maybe. I don't know. It was a long time. You know me, I was always Yu-Gi-Oh fan over Pokemon.
Oh yeah. You play Master Duel?
Master Duel. Yes, I did. I did for a while. No, I did. Oh yeah. Actually, I do. I have it on my phone. I do. But see, what happened was, so I had a profile, had a whole bunch of cards in deck, and then didn't play it for quite some time, and now it's having me go through like the tutorial and shit again, so I just haven't played it again.
Really?
Maybe if I just go through the tutorial, it'll give me all my shit back, but
are you sure it's got like the same? Well, I wouldn't know, because I mean there would be times where I don't play it for like a month or two, but I can always get back in and
yeah, this wasn't like a month or two type thing. I remember the formatting of the game, unless. No, because Millennium Duel is the other one. That's the one that's on console.
Yeah, probably. I don't. I've never played it.
Yeah, but it's the same format. You're like doing chapters and fighting people for their decks type shit.
Yeah.
I liked it though because it wasn't necessarily like pay to play. Like you didn't have to pay to get good cards and shit.
Nah, you don't really have to pay any money. Like unless you really want like specific cards.
Mm-hmm.
But like, nah, you don't really have to pay any money. Like it's free to download and all that other good stuff.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Out of like, remember how how like now in like anime we got what they call the big three. I don't know if they still consider like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and One Piece the big three.
Well, no, actually, the big three was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
Okay.
And then Dragon Ball was like
the
daddy or the grandfather or whatever.
Yeah. But
I don't think there is a new big three. At least amongst the anime community, there hasn't been a collective agreement on what the big three is. So as far as I'm aware, the only big three has been Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece.
So you remember how we were just talking about Pokemon?
Yeah.
Now, back when we were younger, I wouldn't necessarily consider this a big three, but what were like the main three? I don't know if it was even trading card games, but like nothing. You don't even have to guess it. But it was Digimon, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because Digimon, I don't know if they had a trading card game.
They don't, but if you're talking about specifically trading card games, I don't think Magic the Gathering had an anime.
No.
But I know it's pretty big and then I know Card Captors had an anime after for a little bit.
Yeah. You ever played Duel Monsters?
Like Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, like Duel Masters.
Duel Masters? That sounds familiar. But no, the answer would be no.
But they had like a Saturday night TV, Saturday morning TV show.
Duel Masters. Actually, that does sound really familiar.
It's a trading card game.
Yeah.
They actually came out like a game on PlayStation or GameCube. You get like $10 and play. I was really good at that shit, but I never seen people play it in real life. Like had actual physical cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was always number one to me.
You know the creator, he passed away not too long ago. Say about a year ago.
Creator of
Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it was about a year ago. He passed away. Like it was during like a storm, and he accidentally got caught up in the storm. I think, or he drowned or something. I don't have full recollection of what happened.
No, I didn't. But I have to look that up. I don't even remember who the creator was, man. It's been so long. But like, was it the same dude that made all the Yu-Gi-Ohs, or like the original Duel Monsters?
He was the original creator of the card
Franchise.
game of the and the franchise. Yeah.
So I did Konami.
Konami.
Yeah, they get.
I mean, it was his product, but it was through their company that they was able to sell it.
It's like a Mattel, Bandai type thing.
Yeah.
They got these little names. Well, I don't know if Bandai would be the same. They are a toy company as well. Like they sell toys, right?
Bandai?
Yeah.
I think so.
It sounds like a toy company name. Be careful with that.
My fault.
But,
Yeah.
That's quite interesting, man. So you seen the clips from the last live stream podcast?
I did.
The ones I seen.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I thought it was cool. I was always curious about how they do that. I had an inkling that it was like a automatic type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only reason why I had an inkling of that was because of the stuff I do on TikTok, and there's like an automatic text, but it's not as fancy as the one that you sent me. So I was like, okay, it's probably that.
Oh man!
So I think it's pretty dope, and then the camera switch was pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was what surprised me the most.
I like the emoji at one of the ends. I'm sorry to interrupt. I like the emoji at one of the ends. I think one of us said something, and then there was an emoji of a face palm.
Yeah, it did that almost all over. I like that shit. Yeah,
I laughed. I thought that was pretty funny.
But yeah, because when we say stuff like surprise or something like that, it'll pop the little emoji up.
Yeah,
that's actually cool. And I feel like this is not hidden information. It's just like the lack of it. Like we don't know where to go to find this stuff. Like, I just so happened to stumble up on that because I follow a chick named Nikki on Instagram. And if I'm not mistaken, she was doing clips for another big podcaster is how she came up. I don't want to blow it and say the wrong podcast. So I'm going to just shout out to Nikki. I forget her last name. I will look on Instagram before we get off this podcast to give her an official shout out. But she dropped so much knowledge, man. And I'll actually tag you in one of her posts so you can see for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But she tell people all the time, like, you know, you can make content for the whole week. You spend one day uploading this, you know, such and such, and you got content for your week with this AI. She used 5 different AIs to use that content creators are using to up their game,
okay,
so on and so forth. So, you know, I screenshot a lot of that stuff, and then I go back and actually look at them. Like, you know, a lot of the services do cost, but there are free trials for almost everything. So,
mm-hmm.
you know, you can take advantage of the free trial and see what works. Like we doing with Riverside. It's like this. I want to see how it does for the video because I like how the video was for the podcast. And then when I see other podcasts, I'm like, everybody's doing video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not until like unless you really have a following, you should go all audio or know exactly how you're going to market. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But our audience is so mixed. Like we are 70% United States, but we got like 28% Germany, or 27 or 28% Germany fan base, and then the rest of them is like 1% Poland, Kyrgyzstan, and stuff like that. It's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I was telling Zoe, Kayum, Collarines, sorry, 3 different names. But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, man, maybe they just gathering information. Shit we be talking about.
That's probably the first thing I thought of. It was like, maybe it's like a bot or something.
But see.
But then I was like, I don't want to be negative. So.
Yeah. But I wonder.
If you are real in Germany, thank you for listening.
Well, I mean, at 27%, so are we saying just 100? If 100 people listen, 27 people were Germans. So, I mean, shout out to Germany, shout out to USA, shout out to everybody that listens to the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. We still growing. We still learning, trial and error. But we're going to be stepping into video for all our podcasts very soon. Very soon. It's just better that way.
Right.
When you can see the expressions. And then sometimes you can see when you kind of like don't agree, but you agree, but you don't agree.
Right.
It's cool. So I have TikTok been treating you. Bless you.
No, thank you. TikTok's been pissing me off. Actually, I got irritated because the song that I usually use, or the phone that I usually use to do like music stuff, been acting funny. It's an old phone, but it's like an iPhone 8 Plus. But I've had it like for years, since the iPhone 8 Plus came out. That's the only iPhone I've ever bought, by the way.
That's you used to do all your content.
Yeah. So, now that I only use it for my content, it's just been acting funny on some things. I just recently tried to do an open verse challenge, and for some reason, the phone was picking up both my headphones and the actual audio at the same time and playing it, and I couldn't do that because I did an open verse one just before that I'm gonna post tomorrow, and it wasn't doing it for that. It was only for like the next video, and it was just weird, and it was pissing me off. So I ended up just doing it in my car with that phone, and it's not going to sound as great, but it is what it is.
You realize too, you doing it with those headphones?
No. I use my car for when I have to go to my car. But I know for like if you use Bluetooth, there's a delay. So for the iPhone, I purposely have like a wire headphone thing to do that.
Yeah, you can get like something like the little JLab mic out, like when you're using it for podcasting, because that's what I be using when I do the videos. And now I'll probably use like that because I can hook this shit up to it. But I'm sorry, I just got a message. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the audio is so weird. Oh, this is a clean version. I'm like, why is it skipping like that? I'm sorry. All right, my bad. That really threw me off. I'm like, do you hear that? It sounds weird.
I wasn't even. I didn't even notice that. I didn't
I'm
notice.
like, what? Why is it doing that? Is that? I'm like, no, something wrong here. What the hell is going on? Okay, yeah. We cool. Yeah, Max. So I greatly appreciate you, man. 'Cause I'm like, when I see any all right. I keep saying this like other podcasts. When I watch other podcasts, I see other podcasts, they doing this. We don't want to be like other podcasts. That's why, we leisure. We talk about what we talk about. We do what we do. But it's always, all the ones I watch are multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm watching something that's scripted, that's telling like a storyline or something.
Yeah.
So, it's always interesting to have people. And I told you we got some more people I want to have on the show. Actually, I haven't reached out to Chocolate yet, but I do want to have Choco Baby on here. And I was thinking too, next time I have Luke on here, I'm gonna make him spit some bars.
Okay.
He's a rapper, why not?
Sure, why not?
Do like a, cipher or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I still can't freestyle for shit. I've tried for years.
Well, the whole.
You've told me that already. I guarantee you've told me that already.
The whole idea of freestyling, though, has been changed. Wait. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's still picking up my audio. Why is it? Is that not weird?
That's your equipment, man. I don't know what.
I don't know what's going on. 1 second it's like really low, and then I don't know. I blame it on you for kicking on mic stand, man.
I got big feet.
But
Ladies.
yeah, how people perceive freestyle is different now. Like when we was growing up, freestyling was off of the dome, not reciting anything that you wrote. Nowadays they're like spitting written lyrics.
There's written freestyles that don't really have any purpose to anything other than the fact that it's a written freestyle. It doesn't really go anywhere to like a particular song or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I get it, because technically I've done those too. Because I kind of think of like extended verses that I've done that don't have like any chorus or any structure. It's just me rapping on things.
Yeah, but I don't really consider that a freestyle. I consider that a written. And that's the whole thing with the inclusion thing. Like we can freestyle too. I ain't reading it off the paper. Like no, you can't freestyle. If I put you in a cipher with KRS-One, are you gonna be able to spit that shit without? Yeah, it's something on here. Are you gonna be able to spit that shit without thinking about it? Like something that you've already written.
Yeah.
I don't like this. This is bothering me. And I know it's plugged up all the way. So what the hell is going on? Max, are you doing it? Is this your... I think it's you, Max. I'm gonna blame it on Max, y'all. It's okay. But yeah, I just don't... You spitting anything that you've written is not a freestyle to me.
No, I agree. I grew up with the same kind of logic. It's always been off the tongue, always been off the head. It's just I'm bad at it.
But how, like, so, okay. So I get you saying you're bad at it, but you can freestyle.
If I write it, like if it's not going.
No, because then that's not a freestyle.
Right.
But I'm saying like everybody that can put words together, and fragment sentences at least, can freestyle rap.
I guess. I think the problem is that I overthink. Mm-hmm. So like I'm trying to, I think in the moment I'm trying to also be clever at the same time, make sense. But then all that happens at once, and then nothing happens. I just words.
I don't know. For me, it has to be more like a build up. So the first couple lines might be kind of garbage, and then I'll like build up to some sweet stuff.
Yeah.
And you drop a couple sweet lines and then reference something that I said in the beginning that wasn't that sweet and try to make it sweet. I don't know, but it's more so of a rhyme scheme thing, because like I can agree that I think anybody can freestyle. Anybody that can rap, like read a rap, can freestyle. just maybe not be as good as they would be writing. You know what I'm saying? Or as good as somebody else writing it in some cases.
Right.
But I do think everybody can freestyle, and I do think if people have more confidence in themselves and just have fun with it, because sometimes we'll be intimidated being around people that are more articulate or like battle rappers to entertainers. Like people that just rap, being around somebody that battle rap may be intimidating. You know
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of battle rap, I saw something on. Speaking of TikTok, I saw something on TikTok. I think I sent it to you. It was about a guy who was praying to God for his food, but he was a battle rapper. He was like, "Let me talk to Jesus real quick. Let me talk to him real quick." It was funny. I think I sent it to you. You gotta watch it. I thought you might get a kick out of it.
If you send it in my messages, man, you have to.
No, I just sent it through TikTok. It's not.
Yeah, see, if I went to my TikTok right now, you probably see like 89 messages. So I barely go through them.
That's fair.
And because a lot of them be like, such and such following you, say hi. So I don't pay attention to it.
Oh no, yeah.
I just don't go to the messages that I don't have the time. But somebody like tag me or something, I'm more likely to see it.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, some people just wave to you like, okay. Like, I don't respond to those people.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I mean, why? What just made you feel waving?
I would just take it at face value. I just assume people would be nice. I'm a bit more. I would wave back and perhaps there's a conversation. But like if it gets too weird, then I'm just gonna end it.
No, see, I waved back and then there was no conversation. Like,
oh, even if there's no conversation, I wave back. It's fine. I'll leave it alone.
The point of my wave. You just feel like you did it as a suggestion, and then what if you accidentally waved, and then I sent the wave back or something, and then I look like a creep because you accidentally.
Nah, I'm not thinking that too far deep. I don't care about that.
Yeah, but you probably not. You know?
Yes.
And then a lot of times I got a problem with not checking people's pages before I go to them sometimes.
Oh, I do that. I do that often.
Before I comment or something.
I do that often.
So I've gotten to habit of not commenting sometimes. Because I don't want to make mistakes. I don't want to get on there like, you fucking dummy. And then I look and it's a 6-year-old or something. Like, oh my God, my bad. Why you going hard on this little kid?
I'm sorry. I was playing.
So back to the battle rap. Do you watch battle rap at all?
Off and on. I have the coffee app. I don't really have a particular favorite though.
All right, what's your favorite style? Do you like funny rappers? Do you like the ooh eyes, the hard hitting lines, like gun bars? I like the funny shit. I like Bill Collector, but I like K-Shine.
It's like a mix. I like.
Oso.
I do like gun bars. I mean, not gun bars. I do like funny rappers, but I also like rappers that do have hard hitting punchlines. So, but I know there's so many people who like gun bars, but it's not for me. Like I feel like it's easy for me to make a gun bar if I were to like write one. I mean, I've done it. I used a Pokemon rap and I used gun bars, but it's just I don't. I mean, it does sound hard. I'm not gonna take anything from anybody. Like it does sound hard to say. I got these gun rounds. Yeah, it sounds cool, but it's just everybody's got a gun now. It's just yeah.
That's like the most famous line I've ever heard. So anytime an old head wanna talk to somebody that's waving a gun or showing a gun, you stop making guns, they yours. You probably had your gun longer than this motherfucker been alive. But yeah. I like the funny bars. I like shit that make me laugh. And then I like it because it'd be especially funny when the person that they talking about, gotta be like, all right, that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like them over the top performers, like people that doing dumb shit. But it's crazy how I haven't seen too many battle rappers be able to like convert to the main stage.
I think it's because I think battle rap is not the same as making a song.
Right.
So there's a different format, and I think it's really hard for battle rappers to convert into making a song because they're so used to like a particular style and using so many words to do things, like even in the chorus. But I think in the chorus is where you need something catchy, so people, and that's easy to follow, so people can vibe to it. But yeah, I think I do. It's a weird thing to do, but it's a weird thing to see. But I understand like how hard it could be for the transformation from a battle rapper to a music.
And then especially when you want to be true to like your hip hop nature and you don't want to sugarcoat your rhyme and shit like that. So
right.
I can understand that. I'm just saying I haven't really seen it too much. You remember Reed Dollars?
No.
Young Reed, South representative, Philly, I'm coming up the minute, I'm all baby ready, y'all. Let me ready, y'all. I don't know. He was a old battle rapper. He used to do freestyle videos on YouTube. Funny as hell. I think he punched Joey G hard. I think he was the person that punched Joey G. Let me not say that because I could be wrong. It was so many years ago. I don't even think he was in high school yet.
I definitely wasn't on battle rap then, so I couldn't tell you.
A long time ago. That's when Murder Mook was on top. Well, I don't know if he was on top, but we had Murder Mook. Who was it? D Jones. Who's the main people? Serious Jones, not D Jones. But D Jones might have been one too. But Serious Jones, Murder Mook, Reed Dollars. Who else is people I used to listen to? I don't know. There was a lot of Philly niggas though. Philly niggas and New York niggas.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I remember one time I saw a Clean Paper riding down my street. QP. You familiar with him?
I might be.
So
I don't really pay attention to the name, so I might have heard, but
he's from here, and I was coming out my house going to the car, like I was walking around the car, and I had like steps so I wouldn't step in the street, and he had rolled past, and I looked, I'm like, I know that nigga, and I looked again, I'm like, oh shit, that's what you call it, and I could see him looking out his rearview mirror, looking at me and shit, and he like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, it's me. Type. I'm like, oh shit.
Feeling himself. He was like, yeah, I got noticed.
Yeah, I'm like,
out
here.
here.
Okay, all right, we out here. I forgot he's from Detroit. But we got a few battle rappers here. Calico was actually one of my favorites for a while too, 'cause he was funny. And not necessarily, he was a little more serious funny though. But he used to say shit like hoeing niggas. Funny as hell. He was one of the few battle rappers that I know that had like some songs here in Detroit that I was hitting. Cause I had some songs that was from Calico that I like. I used to play a lot. That tenderfold. That little money, we'll spend that on the tenderfold. That little money, we'll bet that on the tenderfold. Yeah. So what kind of music you listen to nowadays?
That's an excellent question. I kind of stopped. But that's not true. I don't want to completely lie.
Hold on 1 second before you. Let me cut this now and then go back into the next one. Let's go. Okay, back to the music.
Yeah. So, I haven't completely stopped listening to music. I think, but I did slow it down because I was afraid of being influenced. Since I'm kind of in my own little writing bag, I was afraid of being influenced by other artists to potentially bite someone else's like wordplay or however. So I don't listen as much. But there was a few songs that, mostly R&B songs, that kind of like caught me in a chokehold. Like this one song that came out like a year ago that I just discovered a couple weeks ago. Some Nigerian brother. I can't say his name.
Why you say brother with the hard R like that?
Because he's a brother for life.
Nigerian brother.
Nah, some
from another mother, I promise.
Some Nigerian bruh. The song's called Colosa. Or Closer, but it's been in my head for like at least several weeks. And then there's another song I can't think of right now. but I was just playing it today as I was going home.
Believe this or not, I was taking an Uber to my pop's house the other day, and the driver was playing anime themes. Like, not necessarily anime themes, but like Japanese. It sounded like anime music.
Yeah.
Like, it was sounding real familiar. I'm like, I cannot. I knew it was something like I've heard but not watched.
Mm-hmm.
But I was all in my own zone. I ain't really want to ask what was it, but
I've taken more of an
I thought it was
interest
funny because he was a black guy too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, more and more black people are getting interested in it, or not getting interested. That's probably the wrong way to say it. Are becoming more open with their
Love
for anime.
Yeah.
I've been having more and more of an interest in Afro beats, Afro music. So I would listen to something from like South Africa or Nigeria, or like it's just I like the vibe of the sound, the way it bops. So I just think it's dope.
I've been more into the like vocalies, like using your voice as vocals. Yeah, and I don't know, it's because a lot of people don't understand that our voice is an instrument as well, and it's a very powerful instrument. You can manipulate different sounds depending on the tone of your voice and what you can do with your vocal cords. So
yeah, that's why there are voice actors.
Speaking of, I actually have a account, a voice acting account with, is it LXC or LCX? Something like that. It's an Amazon company. And I did like a couple sample books. I hadn't been back on there in like a year to see if there was any offers or anything. But it was interesting. You should check it out.
I'm very slightly interested in voice acting, like as a thing.
Yeah.
Like I've looked up some stuff, even the LEX thing, and I'm probably not gonna do it, but I do have fun because when there was like some, like just like the open verses on TikTok, they have scripts to do like voice acting things with.
Right.
I just be having fun doing it.
Yeah, I've done a couple like radio scripts. Like, third caller to call in and get tickets to Dua Lipa. So call in now to 955-1076.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And one of my cousins was like, we got jobs up here applying. You're really good at this. She's in Iowa. I'm like, man, I would. I don't have any degrees or anything. But I have been applying for jobs that I am vastly underqualified for, though.
You ever lied on your resume?
Yeah, but not intentionally, because every time I'm uploading my resume somewhere, I always do this. I gotta check the dates again. Like, damn, when did I work here? I don't know. Fuck it. It was there.
Oh,
it was
okay.
there, you know. But no, I haven't lied about, like, as far as work I've done. Just maybe like lengths of time that I was working. You know? So, like, just recently, I forget where I was applying to, but they had asked, what was the question? How many jobs have I had for 5 years or longer, or something like that? I just put like 2. I've only had 1. And I was working for my pops.
Yeah.
And that's because I still do it now. But, yeah, I'll be out after 2 years, man. Get the fuck on. I don't know how people do it, man. Because it's like, I mean, you can go through good times and bad times in anything, any environment, relationship, workplace, school. But after a while, like, if I'm not doing anything that's bringing fulfillment to my life, it just gets so, like, it starts killing me, and I gotta find something different.
I get that.
You know?
I get that.
Now, I can do home improvement all day, every day, but the thing I don't like about that is it's always a nasty ass something that people want you to do. They should be like, I don't want to do it. I tell people,
Yeah.
look, listen, For the first 2 years of opening up Busybody Building Services, I told people I don't do plumbing. Let me tell you, every client that I had for those first 2 years needed some kind of plumbing because they wanted something done in their bathroom. Whether it was a new toilet being installed, a water hose water spout being installed outside, a water lines being installed for that. Like, it was so much. Like,
you know, it's funny. I actually don't mind that, but because the thing that happened today, we had an eviction at my job, and these people were like not good at taking care of their house. I didn't even want to step in because the moment the bailiff opened the door, my face was assaulted with like gnats. So apparently I can't handle bugs. So I was like, I'm not.
Oh, wait, that's not the good one. This is yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So apparently I can't handle bugs. I mean, I can handle them like it, but I have to put myself in the correct mindset in order to get in there. But at the time, I was like, dude, I'm not going in that house. I don't care what you tell me, it's not happening.
I put a video up on TikTok of me replacing some trim in an apartment because we was doing Martin Luther King over turnovers, the King Home apartments.
Okay.
We were doing turnovers for them. And one of the apartments was so nasty, man. I'm doing the trim in there, and as I'm popping the trim off, dead roaches just popping out from underneath. So I stopped, hit the record, and I'm like, this is why your cousin can't get rid of them roaches, because they hiding everywhere. I started taking the trim off, showing them inside of the electrical outlets. Like, they are everywhere. Like,
yeah. How are they not getting electrocuted? I wonder how that has. Because the power's on.
Yeah, but maybe it's because it's grounded. They're not touching, like the hot and the cold.
I mean, they're still touching it, though. Like, even if it's grounded, there's still some electricity flowing through it. As a matter of fact, they're touching the wire first before it gets to ground.
Right. But they can survive a nuclear holocaust, so nothing surprised me with roaches.
Fair play.
Nothing surprised me with roaches. But it'd be terrible, man. And there's always people want me to do something that I don't want to do. And I got bad back. So when it comes to, like, today, I went to replace a wax swing on a toilet. Mm-hmm. It was the whole thing. The bolts were rusted, deteriorated. The wax, wasn't no wax on the toilet itself. It was terrible, but it leaked underneath, and now the ceiling drywall has to be replaced. That's what I have to do next. But I hate doing ceiling work because the angle you have to.
Right.
It's a spider right there. If y'all see it come down on my head, let me know. But yeah, I don't like trying to sand it and it's getting in your face while you're doing it and all that. No.
Oh no, that'll get me. That'll get me.
But I mean,
hot.
they got sanding poles for that too. I actually got 2 sanding poles in the storage, so I guess I can use those. But still, holding a piece of drywall up because I'm doing all my jobs myself. So, but in those situations, a lot of times I just bite the bullet on the difficulty of the job, because there's no point in me going in there and trying to lift the whole piece of drywall up to the ceiling. Yeah. It'd be a lot easier that way, less mud work.
Yeah.
But it'd be faster if I just 2-foot strip, 2-foot strip, put it up there, go ahead, put the other one up opposite way.
Okay.
Just cut them in pieces and put them up there, then trying to just put one whole piece. Or unless I got help,
Okay.
But yeah, enough of that bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was rambling. A little high. Don't tell nobody though. What you got going on for the weekend, man?
I'm not sure. It could span anywhere from nothing to a couple of things. Depends on what's going on. I don't know what my weekend's looking like.
You trying to go bowling though?
Complete haze.
You trying to go bowling though?
I mean, what's up?
It's been a minute, man.
I mean,
trying to go
up?
Bowling though, and the bowling right up the street now. What's up?
I mean, what's up?
What's up, nigga?
What's up?
It's 8:00 Sunday. What's up?
Bet.
Make this shit happen, cuz.
Bet.
3 strikes, 10 frame turkey game.
Bet.
Well, I gotta be a bitch. It's like, they little bitch. I ain't little.
I picked up a habit. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just like saying, "Bring it, bitch." Like I just think it's funny.
Yeah, bring it. Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
I like that one. Did you ever see that video of that kid? It's probably one of the funniest videos ever. But is an anchor dude. I don't even know if it's real or not. The anchor looked like a reporter. He looked like he was an actor or something. But he went over to the kid. He's like, "Yeah, so what did you get?" Or like fireworks, I think it was. What fireworks did you get? He's like, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? And
No.
he like, where's your parents? Like, funniest shit ever,
I don't know if
bro.
I can experience that as a weatherman.
Yo.
I'm asking, I'm doing my bit, doing my whole community thing. Hey, what's going on? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Bro.
I couldn't take that on live TV.
No,
It'd be
you
embarrassed.
would have to. This is the funniest shit ever, man. Hold on. No ads. No ads. I'm sorry. No ads. No ads. Okay.
Out here, what's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Where are your parents? Sketchy.
He said the kid's sketchy. Back to you.
I could experience that on live TV. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
He said the kid's sketchy. Back to you guys. Hey, that was the funniest shit ever.
Wouldn't you like to know?
That was almost
boy?
funnier than that black dude that had a bug flying in his mouth or some shit.
Oh yeah, he was like, "What the fuck?"
I'm tired of this country ass shit.
He forgot he was on live TV instantly.
He did, man. And that's one thing people got to realize: we're human beings. Like, yeah, you see people in that professional state, they're talking with their high fans, with, yes, Jane, and it looks like it's going to be cloudy today. Like, yeah, but when them cameras go off, when they at home, they fucking doggy style. That
Where do you think that comes from? That
Fucking
urge
doggy
to try to kind of separate your humanity from like certain things to make things look pristine or perfect or what have you. Where do you think that comes from?
like royalty. I think it's royalty. Like people of high status, you know, and people that aren't of high status want to be looked at in that way. And you know, just going back in history, like back in the old days, kings, queens, anybody that was royalty had to carry themselves a certain way, you know, to the public. You wouldn't see them maybe walking barefoot or something. I don't know. It's whatever the case may be. But I think it just trickled down through traditions. Like, you know, like it was one case they were saying, like, you never see an old anchor woman on TV or reporter woman on TV. But
Yeah, it's
you
like
see an old man.
Like she can't be like over 40 or something
Yeah.
like that, because like wrinkles and stuff like that, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Like
so,
unless you're making real big money, like what's her name? What's that lady? She's not a news lady though. Starts with a G. Gay.
oh, Gail King.
Gail, yeah.
Yeah, but she got her own show though. She got like a reporting show. I really don't know anything about that lady. I just heard.
I know
somebody
she's
call
friends
her
with
dog
Oprah. That's
breath.
pretty much all I got from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she had a thing with Snoop Dogg, but that was like years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I think they said something about it on Boondocks, like they made a bit about it on Boondocks. I could be wrong though, but Boondocks make fun of everybody. Are they gonna make any more Boondocks?
As much as we would want to, I don't think so. I know the creator of Boondocks is still keeping up with with his comic, whatever he got going on. But as far as anything animated after that fourth season, nah, we good. We good. And plus, like, there's some important people that were on the Boondocks that have passed away. So I don't.
Oh yeah, John Witherspoon's gone.
Well, yeah, and Charlie Murphy too.
Yeah. I forgot that's two main characters. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Regina, she didn't got old. I mean, I don't. Damn, my bad. I'm sorry. That was a respect to Miss Regina, but when I seen the last video I seen her, she didn't necessarily sound the same to me. You know, like you can hear the age in her voice.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt that she could still do the part for Huey and Riley.
Probably could.
Yeah. I think it might be a little more for her now, though. How would you think she is?
I have no idea.
Guess. I'm going to Google it right now. Well, I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to guess, too. I'm going to say 57.
50. I was going to say 50.
Haha, I said it first, bitch. I said it first.
I don't think she's that much more older than my mother. Probably like 55.
Okay.
I'll say 55.
Let's
She's got to
see.
be in her 50s.
She is neither one of us. Ain't shit.
She's in her 40s?
No, she 52.
Oh.
You know, it's cool.
I haven't seen a recent picture of her, so I'm just guessing. I'm spitballing.
I hadn't either. I
she's
seen
gotta
a
be
video of her with like Charleston White or something. But yeah, I like that game. Guess how old they are. But you're not supposed to go over with women for some reason. With men, it's like, yeah, you get thought so. Ha, I'm actually this. But women, like, damn, I'm offended. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just a lot younger than you. So
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
how do you feel about being called sir?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because people seem to have a problem with that nowadays.
I don't think I have a problem with it. I think I do feel weird being called because there have been people who've called me Mr. Queen before,
Yeah, that's weird.
which does make me feel weird.
That should make you feel weird.
But it's correct.
Yeah, it is. But it's like,
It's like
weird.
It feels weird.
It's like you're in part of the alphabet community with that name, Mrs. Queen, Mr. Queen. That should have been Queen name, Mr. Queen, instead of just Queen. On One Piece.
Nah, Queen was right. It fit the whole chess piece thing that they had going on.
What is it? Was that this? What not? It wasn't chess pieces. It was cards. Jack, Queen, King. There's no Jack in. Chess.
Oh, who was Jack?
Jack was the mammoth elephant motherfucker that attacked the Sphinx on mink.
Jack.
On the road.
Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I just thought that was a name. Oh, I'm
He's the
stupid.
first billionaire bounty we got, motherfucker.
Oh, I just thought that was a regular name.
So you never put those two?
I thought chess pieces because
What?
King and Queen.
Right, and then the Joker is Doflamingo. He's Joker.
Joker's Doflamingo. Oh, his name was Joker in the.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
He was Kaido's Joker. Oh my god! And then they had the numbers.
The numbers. I didn't even think. None of that got put together for me.
Wait.
I was just
Wait. I think the numbers was part of Baroque. No, the millions was Baroque works. The numbers were the Beast Pirates. So yeah, it was the All Stars and the numbers.
Dude, I didn't even think about it.
But yeah, that was.
I was so beyond over.
It's all right.
I swear I was thinking chess pieces. I was like, oh, King, Queen, chess.
No, but then
Totally makes
So
sense.
do you think Queen is stronger than King then?
No, that King. That's why King is there. King.
But Kaido would be the king if it was chess.
Well, no, Kaido's Kaido. He doesn't need to be. He's Kaido.
He's
So-
the motherfucking tsunami
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flips the board over.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this guy.
He's the guy that flips the table over and shoots the other player.
That's interesting. You never put that together. I thought that was obvious though.
I wasn't.
I swear I thought it was the most
I swear I thought it
obvious
was
thing
chess. I was
ever.
like, oh, it's chess. King, Queen. That makes sense.
No, it does make sense if it wasn't a jack. Like if it was a rook, maybe, or pawns.
I'm sorry.
Or a knight. I don't know.
I
Was
failed
there
the
a
One
knight?
Piece community. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
It
is all good. It's all good. Oh man, you calling me in the middle of the podcast? Yo,
Why is a latch on the door?
I don't know. Take the latch off the door.
Oh, my
I
bad.
said lock the door. Don't put the latch on it. My bad.
You
Here it
saw
comes.
me put the
We in
latch
middle
on
of
the door.
podcast. Here we go. I didn't see you put the latch on. I would have
I
told you
did
not
this.
to.
Oh.
No, I didn't see that. I saw you do this and then look back down and twisted the bottom lock. This motherfucker. What the hell is this? Oh, Chime sending messages. Boost your friends, guys. It's all Mac's fault. I always fucking up some shit. No, I'm just playing. We're coming back with Big Max. Max, I said lock the door. He gonna flip the lights and then say I seen him do it. You gonna assume I was watching you like that, motherfucker? I just seen you didn't lock the door when you came in. We just both looking down at our phone. We don't blame you. I guess it is my fault though, because it's my home. So my home. So.
I'll peek in on you next time.
What up, do? It's always Max's fault. We don't blame Max though. I was wondering, I'm like, he don't never call when he coming in. I heard the door open. I thought it opened and closed, but it must have been him pushing up against the, you know. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, that was weird. You always use the latch?
I don't have a latch.
Oh. Did
But I figured, you said lock it, so that's.
I forgot that damn thing existed until he said that. I never use it. Like, I mean, you see how we have the metal sheet around our deadbolt, so it's
Yeah.
like you can't just like you have to kick the framing above and but you have to go through a lot more to get through our deadbolt. So the latch isn't really necessary, but it's good to have. I use it at hotel rooms.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it is good. I think you should use it at hotel rooms. I've been very cautious about hotels and Airbnbs and stuff because people are weird nowadays and there be a lot of hidden cameras going on.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was thinking about taking a trip next year to Philly. And I wasn't sure.
About to go battle rap Reed Dollars.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I don't know what that would
Reed
do.
Dollars, prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. My bad. Not that one. Wait, no, not that one either. I'm not good at this. Yeah, prepare yourself. Because time is ticking down, motherfucker.
I'm going to win so good, it's going to look like I'm going to lose. That's how much of a winner I am.
Hey, that reminds me of the one dude. Who was that? It was Javante Davis and somebody else. And
the I'm not a rapper guy?
No. Wait, no. Who's that?
The I'm not a rapper guy? He goes like, I pull up.
No, he's a boxer.
Switch
But
the shot.
he's not a rapper. He's a boxer. But he was facing off.
I'm just like messing up everywhere today, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'm so
He
sorry.
was facing off with somebody. And my man, he was talking about, man, you look like a fucking man. And I'm going to beat you up so bad, you're going to look like a fucking swole head. Like, he was just saying something. I'm like, dog. But man, he wasn't even saying nothing back. He's like, man, whatever. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. My bad.
That's what I'm going to say when I fight. I'm going to beat you up so bad you're going to look like a swole head.
Well, this is a battle rap. We're not preparing for a fight.
Fair play.
You're not going to go to somebody else's hometown and fight them. Are you? Would you? If somebody like, hey, bitch, I challenge you.
Normally I
combat.
wouldn't fight. No, I'll take the chainsaw man approach.
Get their face off and wear it?
I kick him straight in the balls.
Oh, yeah. That's what you do to the chainsaw man so you can escape. Yeah, why did they never do that?
No, that's actually you probably haven't watched it, but it's actually in the anime. Like, the dude tries to fight him.
And the chainsaw man.
See, now who's messing up, huh? Who's the goober now?
It's okay. It's all right. We are entitled to one, but you have two.
That last one sounded like a porn.
Like
old school porn.
It did, but guess what it's labeled?
What?
Embarrassed.
That sounds like I'm about to get embarrassingly busy.
Man, it sounds like some, hey, let's go. Where you been all my life, sexy? How many times you want it from me, sexy?
Long dick style.
Long dick style. That's how we starting the show from now on. Just start looking at the camera. Long dick style. That is a sound effect, ain't it? It was something like that, wasn't it?
It sounded like something like what's that dude's name?
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy. It sounded like something he would be a part of.
Yeah. Didn't we talk about him on the last podcast? Did we?
Probably before. I don't remember.
Did you see him? Have you seen him lately?
No.
He looks terrible.
Last time I seen,
I think he was in jail.
I thought was like at the VMA Awards, and he was already old anyway, so he was already not looking great.
Yeah.
I imagine he looks worse now.
Yeah. I wonder what happens in those last years, like after you've been like an adult film star and you all old and decrepit like that. Like, I mean, and not even just being an adult film star, but What entertainment do you find as an old person?
I don't know.
Now, what do they do for fun nowadays? Bingo still? I know it was like a big thing when we was growing up. Grandma
I don't
played
know.
Bingo. My grandma played Nintendo till she died. I ain't gonna hold you up. Pac-Man, extraordinaire.
Oh,
Yeah, she had an Atari. Well, yeah, she had Atari at Pong for a while, and then she got a Nintendo. And started going hard on Pac-Man till she passed.
it keeps your mind active.
I think it does. Her reflexes was tight too, cause she would be quick to grab her, shoot, and hit us. That motherfucker. We be running past. Stop running! Damn.
Oh, you got Latina in your family?
No, I got nigga in my family.
Because of the shoe thing.
Oh yeah, is that a Latina thing?
That's what they're typecast, with the shoe. Mm-hmm. Very accurate with the shoe.
Yeah, I think that's just like a mother thing, like a older mom thing. She's really good with tossing shoes at motherfuckers' necks. I always got hit in the back of the neck.
My mother has never thrown a shoe at me.
Has your mother ever whooped you?
Yeah, lots of times.
She ever beat you
She
down?
was so good with the psychological torture. She would purposely have our whooping belt on a handle
So you can see it
in the open. Like it would put fear in us, obviously. But at the same time, it's like out of sight, out of mind. If I'm not seeing it, then it's not there. So I'm probably gonna get in trouble.
What's the worst whooping you ever got?
The worst one I ever got was there was this one time I got whipped with an extension cord, but it wasn't by my mother. None of those were by my mother. Because I do remember having marks. And there was one I had got with that blind rail handle thing.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't hurt at first.
Blind
It was one of those
twister.
older ones. It didn't hurt.
Probably snap.
But then it snapped and it had like a whipping formation.
Ooh,
And I died.
shit. Yeah.
That was not a good day for me. Because at first I was like, oh, this is light. This is
Listen,
cool. Then it snapped and it went into the whip. And I was like, shh. I was like,
I got so many ass whoopings growing up. I couldn't even tell you which one was the worst, honestly. I used to just do dumb shit. I remember one time my dad told me, I asked him, can I go outside and play? Yeah. Don't leave the yard. Stay in the front where we can see you. And do not. He hit me with the Adam and Eve. He said, do not eat none of them berries off that damn tree. I go outside. I'm playing basketball, shooting. I see the berries falling off the tree. I stop, start peeling the little stuff off of it. I'm trying to eat and get the sweet juice off of it. Smashing them boys, throwing them. Going for about 15 minutes. Smashing them. And I just so happened to have one, and it popped on my hand, and when I went to go grab it, I see my dad standing over there, biting his nails, looking down like this. And he ain't see that I seen him, so I tried to turn around and start playing basketball. Started playing basketball, and he just came and grabbed me. He took me in the house, whooped my ass, put me to sleep. Going to sleep. That wasn't the worst though.
but even though those were the worst, it wasn't the scariest one. The scariest one I got was from my mother. Because it was one day, I think I had to be like, I was a teenager. I know I was a teenager. I don't know how old I was, but I do remember getting in trouble. And she was like, do the whole get your belt and that. And I'm thinking, I'm about my mother's height. So I'm thinking, she's not going to whoop me.
Take it.
So I'm standing up. I'm like, what's up?
I mean, take it.
And she was like, oh, really? And then she straight boxer punched me dead in my chest. All my wind was gone. And I was like, I was breathing and I fell down. And then she put her foot on my neck and was like, you gonna get back on that wall like I told you. I was so scared. I thought she was gonna kill me that day.
She probably would have.
I thought she was gonna kill me.
She probably would have. Have you ever had to pick your own switch though?
No, she would like I said, with that belt that was in the middle of the hallway.
Oh my God.
Go grab it.
See, I had to
and then
pick my
she'll
own
tell you to
switch.
grab the wall, like hold the wall and don't move. If you move, it's gonna be worse.
That's what they did in Arkansas in the schools. They like pull your britches up. Like if you wasn't all the way up, make sure they wasn't hitting your skin. Like hold your britches. They make you put your finger in your loop, hold your pants all the way up. So you have to, or they make you put your hands on the desk if you got a belt on and stuff, and get 3 licks. I got paddling twice in school, and I got all kinds of ass whooping. I remember I got a whooping, and from my dad. Everybody, I don't want to talk about that. Never mind. I ended up with a broken wrist.
Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was weird.
Trauma.
Yeah. Nah, that's all right. I'm okay. I had a nice prayer today. So I'm really, I think I'm at the point where I'm past all the, old trauma and shit. I don't want to talk about it to not talk about it, but I just don't want other people might hear this trying to slander my dad or anything like that. Because I got a lot of respect for my dad. I love him.
Oh, yeah.
We all make mistakes, though, so.
Yeah.
I just don't want nobody, trying to go hard on him for anything. But, yeah, I constantly got myself in trouble, though. Sometimes I got ass whoopings when I didn't really do anything. That was the worst part. But, yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck them ass whoopings, man. Yeah, fuck. It was worse. I used to get one with back scratches, though. Like marble back scratcher. I remember one of them one of them had a whale on the end of it. So it was a whale on the end, and the other end was a back scratcher, and then it had the little roly things. Like the whale was just like a design on the end. You know how it came, I have a design.
Yeah.
It had I want to say a dolphin or some shit. I don't know exactly what it was, but
Wow.
yeah, that was
bruh. That's horrifying.
Miss G.
I don't know what's worse though, like hearing,
like
getting a whooping, or hearing it in another direction.
No, fuck that. Getting it is worse. What do you mean? I'm not getting your ass.
Because then it's like the impending fear that you might get one too. No, so you hear it and you're like, oh shit, am I next?
Oh well, yeah.
I don't want to be next.
Maybe in the household, yeah, but no. Not outside of that. Like I remember when we stayed over on Gilchrist, he was on Lindsay. It was a chick that stayed on the other side of Fargo from you, like in between Fargo and Pembroke. And it had to be like the first or second house on your side of Lindsay, right off Pembroke. And every time I walked past the house, I used to hear screaming, no, no, no. If anybody know who used to live in that house, if you could pinpoint where that is, it was Lindsay and Pembroke, maybe the second or third house off the corner on the right side if you're coming from Pembroke. But, yeah, I don't know who lived. I never seen who the person was, but I used to always hear it when I was walking from West House or going past. You just, terrible. Not always, but a lot. I heard it a lot.
Yeah, I always heard it with my next door neighbor. His name was Mo. And
On the other side from Anthony.
No, literally, yeah. It was Anthony's house, my house, and then that house.
I remember that house was it always seemed like a hoarder house, wasn't it? Didn't they always have a cluttered stuff on their fence? Is that right next door to you?
Not that I can recall, no.
Maybe it wasn't that one. So, if you remember your neighborhood, y'all had an enclosed porch, right?
Not at first. It was an open porch, but then my mother wanted an enclosed porch, so then it was one built.
But wasn't it another house maybe? I thought it was right next door to you, but I think it was maybe Brown, a couple houses down from y'all with an enclosed porch.
The one next door did to my house. Oh. If that's the one you're thinking of.
But they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff in front of their yard and stuff all the time.
No, not in front of their yard, but on their porch they had a couple things, but it was all. But they've always had kids around, so of course there was going to be things.
For some reason, I cannot remember who that was. But it's crazy that I remember Remington, because didn't he stay in the house Anthony stayed in?
No, he stayed on Gilchrist.
Oh,
his was the corner house, so it was on the same street.
Oh, he stayed on.
It was on the same street on Anthony's house.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I really do miss those old times, and I wish. Well, of course, everybody wish they can go back and be like, yeah, let's enjoy these times while we got them, fellas, because they're not gonna be here next year or 20 years from now.
Nah, I don't wish
But-
that.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, fuck that. I ran into Big Mike. Do you remember Big Mike?
I have to see him.
Ran into him on. He had like a speech and say, you kind of tall like this. You hang out with Keon. She was big, tall. But, yeah, I ran into him. Yeah. I don't know if you really hung out. Well, yeah, you played basketball with all of us a few times up at the church. The school Jordan went to.
Probably. I remember playing basketball at the church, but I gotta see his face.
Didn't you play for your basketball team at Western? Or did you play for a team? Because I almost remember you playing for a team.
I played for a basketball team, but I don't remember which one. Was it St. Gerard? Probably.
St. Gerard. I've never heard of that school.
That school was like on the same block as Henry Ford High School.
What?
But it wasn't close by. It was just like a few blocks down from Henry Ford.
Okay.
But it was on the same street.
Wait.
I meant to say the same street, not the same block.
I still don't know where the fuck it, unless it's that little. No, it was an elementary school. Like, no, and that was like almost next door to Ford. Yeah, Ford was rough. Did you ever go to Henry Ford?
Nah, but I've heard stories. I almost went to Henry Ford. My mother wanted me to go to Henry Ford High School, but
What school did you end up going to throughout high school?
a couple. One, maybe it was Weston.
Because that's where you performed at for the talent show, right? At Western?
I was an MC, yeah.
Okay.
I had a big crush on this one girl. And then I remember the talent show, too. She had this, like, green dress.
What was her name? What was her name?
I don't remember. But she had this green dress. It almost looked like one of J-Lo's old dresses.
Okay.
But she was looking so fun.
Green dress was about 2005, 2006. No,
Dude, I don't even remember what her face looks like. I remember having a crush on her. That's pretty much it.
What was the?
I had a crush on several girls in my high school.
Yeah, I think I had a girlfriend most of the time. A lot of the time, yeah. Well, no, I can't even say that. Because I used to, never mind. I ain't going to put myself out there like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we used to be around with the ladies, you know. I do miss, you know, just being able to have fun and hang out with the fellas a little bit. But not at, like, how we were. Not like how we are now. Like, we all were to get together now. It would be depressing. Like shit. Like, all right, bro, we gotta do better, fellas. Let's go.
This economy be killing me.
Yeah.
Everything's expensive.
Every fucking thing. Man. And you know what's terrible? I was really thinking about it the other day. Like, why the fuck? We should do something to try to get rid of some taxes, or maybe not, because I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, but it's like you get taxed when you make the money. You get taxed when you spend the money. You get taxed for the money to be held, and you get taxed to withdraw the money. So, like if you think about, all right, so say you get a check for $100, right, from your job. Out of $100 check, you probably gonna get what, $92. They're probably gonna take about maybe $88. Let's say about $12 in taxes for every $100. Oh, you got $88, right? Your check is $88 after taxes.
Yeah.
Now you got to cash that check. $10 if you ain't got a bank account. You got $78. Mm-hmm. Now everything you buy is going to be an additional 8 cents tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
So how much money did you really make? So that makes your whatever $15, $20 an hour is really like half that after you done got taxed to fucking death.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Even if you want to withdraw the money, like you got direct deposit, you want to withdraw from ATM. Well, I mean, you know, That's why they got systems in banks and shit like that.
Yeah.
But even then, $5 to keep it, $5 a month to keep your money. Like, why am I paying you to keep this money? Or I have to pay you to keep this money for me, or I have to pay to remove the money.
I've never heard that.
What?
The
bank fee?
Paying a bank fee? I've never heard that.
I've got with.
I don't think I've ever had to do that ever in life.
You don't notice it. Or you probably got with a bank that's saying, like, keep this minimum amount and you don't have to pay it.
I mean, I get overdrafts, like if I don't have money and I end up having to spend money I don't have, but no, I mean, but I got a credit union. It's not a bank.
Oh, well, see, yeah, that's the difference, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a slight difference.
Oh.
Yeah, because with credit unions, you usually get a line of credit with that account. So you can take, like, say you started with 200, you can overdraft up to 200 on that credit line or something like that. From what I heard. I don't have a credit union account. I've had every fucking bank you can think of, though.
My mother put me on that credit union. I've been with that credit union for since I had my first job, actually. Probably. So.
That's good. See, it's good you got parents like that, because, well, my dad was in prison and my mom didn't do shit like that. Like, she had, like, little jars of change for us, but she got 5 kids. Like, them jars of change wasn't paying for nobody college. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't really have that. And that goes back to the whole thing with, your upbringing really does mean a lot. And I'm saying this to anybody that's listening, that happens to listen to this. Take care of your fucking kids and make sure you teach them shit that's going to help them in life. Because, like I said, I almost stay with almost every family member in my family, and I can't say that I've learned anything. Like, it was nothing that was taught to me. Hey, let me teach you how to hang this drywall. Hey, let me teach you, save money. Like, they would be saying shit, but as a kid, it was shit that didn't affect, go to school. You gotta be good in school.
Right.
And it's like, even that shit half the time. Like, I would rather be in school because y'all motherfuckers ain't teaching me shit. But yeah, it's a weird case, man. Your upbringing means a lot. So
nature, nurture, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people should not have kids. And I be feeling sorry for kids nowadays.
It's crazy too, because I would always go back and forth on wanting kids and not wanting kids. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. But that tells me that I shouldn't have kids within itself.
Yeah.
But now I think I'm on the other end of the spectrum, because I think I mentioned this before, but I went to my auntie's birthday party, and I'm like the oldest boy in my family, and everyone else in our age group has children except for me. So if I were to have children, my children will be the youngest in the next generation.
Right.
So I remember going around, and I remember going to the party and looking at all the kids running around and causing damage and stuff like that. And I mentioned to my auntie, I was like, I came here looking at all the children being jealous because I don't have children and everyone else in our age group has children. Mm-hmm. But then I'm seeing them run around and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need it.
You know what? That's what I seen on, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, is like, he said something like, we don't have children with the intent of keeping clean homes and stuff like that. Like, they're beings of chaos. They're trying to figure out the world. So for us to just expect children to understand and keep shit clean and organized is unreasonable. Like, that's an unreasonable expectation as a parent.
Yeah.
And, I seen that a little bit. I started having a little more patience and started trying to watch him figure out the world, a little more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you have the patience for it.
I honestly think I would be a good dad.
I think you would, but I think
so. If I do happen to have kids, I'm not gonna reject it.
But if you like having things to yourself, don't do it. If you like having food to yourself, if you like having money to yourself, don't do it. Because it's not just, listen, and then it's the woman you have children with that has a lot to do with it. I would recommend just not having children until you're married. Because once you're married, you kind of in a bond. You know, by the time you're married to somebody, you should be, you know, y'all should.
Oh, if that's
have
the case,
good,
then I'm never having children because I don't intend to be married at all.
man, you know,
But it's cool because the girl I'm talking to now, she's pretty much on the same mindset. Ironically enough, like I said in the last podcast, we're pretty similar. So I can honestly see myself having children with her because through all of our conversations and talks, we pretty much have similar views on things.
Right.
But at the same time, we both don't want kids, so it's cool.
Listen, everything is good at the beginning, man. So be careful with that. Cause it can be one thing now, and then another thing later.
Oh no, we've dated before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we ended on good terms, so we're picking it back up again.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. How long ago did y'all date?
Not that long ago, probably about a year ago.
Oh man, this ain't on. Y'all just broke up for us. Y'all ain't even break up for real.
Well, no, it was during my whole. I had a whole when I was having the whole 2 girlfriends bit. I was trying that life out for a little bit.
Oh, so this is one of the 2 girls?
This is one of the
dating?
2. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how would the other girl feel if she knew y'all were dating?
She should be fine. Like she's already got somebody else. She's
Oh.
living her own life, which is, and that's no hate towards her or anything. Like I still got grand love for her and everything like that. So, but she's living her own life. She's fine. She's happy. So that's all that really matters for her.
And y'all not doing the third person thing again?
If it comes across, like it's not like we're not open to it. But if it happens, it happens.
That's interesting.
It's like we're not against it.
That's interesting. I just say be careful with it, man. Especially when you got multiple sex partners, because like I only say that, man, like no matter how much you know these people gonna do what they want to do. So just make sure y'all clean, man. That's all I gotta say. Because if you got 2 women that's having sex with other people that's maybe doing nasty and shady shit, and that's coming back to you, you got.
Well, yeah,
quadruple the
I think that's
problems.
that is obviously for obvious reasons. It's very important, but I think that was like a big thing in the poly community that you must be on your shit when interacting with different people. Like, and if you like, it's very frowned upon in the poly community for anybody to be not on the up and up and still be trying stuff. Like, because that's an easy way to get yourself ostracized if you're not, really.
So you like a swinger now?
No.
So what is the community thing then?
There's a poly community.
It's like just people that follows content or talk about their relationships to other people?
Yeah, it's similar to like the anime community, only but with sex. Or not just sex, but like their different experiences and interacting with different people. There's so many conversations on what led to the polyamorous lifestyle. Was there any specific trauma? Is there any unresolved issues? Therapy.
So what
stuff
was
like
it
that.
for you that led to that? That's what I'm curious to know.
Oh, it was mainly curiosity. It was mainly for my own curiosity to see if I was able to be a part of it. It stemmed from the BDSM type deal because I was also interested in my personality interacting with that. And there were some things I liked, and there were some things I probably wouldn't get too involved with. But like stemming from the BDSM bit led to the polyamorous bit, and it was mainly for my own curiosity to see how I would interact.
So what made you start doing the BDSM stuff?
Same thing, curiosity. I wanted to see. I was curious about what kind of person I am. So this was another step for me to figure myself out in trying to understand who I am in certain situations and stuff like that. So
I'm laughing, man, because I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation because I don't. It's one of those things like I don't really understand. So I'm trying to make sense of it, but not sense in a way that like I would necessarily agree or disagree. Because I honestly don't care. Because it's not something I personally would do.
Yeah.
And that's for a lot of reasons. And it don't seem like it's something that you would do. But you saying out of curiosity, I feel like you're going to be in a situation where you letting people talk you into a whole bunch of stuff but you're like the same way. You don't
it was completely of my own volition. So it initially started, this was like 2, maybe 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I was having conversations with another person who was both polyamorous and also in the BDSM world. So I was asking them questions because they were experienced in both of these kinds of lifestyles.
It was a woman.
It was a dude.
Oh, okay.
I was asking him questions, but I was also asking later on. I was asking a woman.
You live in Edmond life. No, I'm talking shit.
What?
I feel like Edmond is the type of person I would be having this conversation with.
Probably, I don't know, but I did later start asking a woman the same kind of questions, but I was asking questions because I was also curious about what's the BDSM world like, what's the poly world like, is it like what the rumors are talking about, and come to find out it's not. I mean, people have sex with each other, but it's not what people think. You know what I'm saying? So having more conversations led to me being curious about, I wonder if I can do that. Because initially I didn't even think I could have 2 girlfriends at the same time. That's not even the world that I even entertained. Right. It was only when it was presented to me that I initiate on the opportunity to try to figure that out too. But that was like later down the line. But I was asking myself questions. I started reading books on BDSM and polyamory and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was looking into, I was looking into like other people like on the internet, what their life was like, and I was looking into what's that? Was it Lifetime? I don't remember what it was, but it was a segment that they were talking about with polyamory and stuff like that. And I was also, like I said, I was looking into BDSM and things, what I'm into, what I'm not interested in, like. Mm-hmm. Spankings, dirty talk, and stuff like that. So the more I dived in, the more I got curious about where I would land on that world. So me thinking I could only be monogamous ever in life, I was like, well, I could probably be polygynous.
But what is it? I feel like it has to be something that would take you there. Like just saying, like I'm curious. So it's like me saying I smoke weed and I like to get high, so I'm curious to figure out what crack is like because it gets you high. You get what I'm saying? It's like it seemed like it would be something else that's saying like that's making you go like. I mean, because
no, it was just to entertain my own interest. That was pretty much it.
So this is an experience, like you're not recording it or anything, are you?
No.
I mean, you should be. Like, if it's for your own enjoyment, you're not rewatching. Like that's maybe.
Dude, I don't even take pictures. I don't even take selfies of myself. I don't need that. I mean, if it was asked of me, I probably would have recorded it, but it's not something that I would do.
So
my memory is enough.
So you keep saying that it was asked of me, or if it's asked of me. So by you having, so what happens when there's something that your partner wants that you don't want?
Then I would say no.
Or what if it gets to a point where like your partners are hypersexual, your drive just ain't there no more, like you just aren't interested in that world, you know, the bondage and all that shit.
If I lost interest, then I would lose interest.
But I'm saying, like, how does that fall on your partner? What if she's still interested in that shit though? Then
the relationship will end.
But that right there is how, but y'all, so that means y'all have a relationship based on y'all sexual encounters and stuff, then y'all sexual interest. There's no real connection. Y'all relationship is built on that. If it ends when y'all don't do this one particular thing sexually.
Not necessarily. I mean, it can, but for my situation, that's not how things ended.
Right.
But it wasn't because of a mutual interest or a mutual sexual interest. Like there was actual legitimate interest in one another, and in our personalities, and the way we think, and stuff like that. If it was just sexual interest, that most likely would have been talked about ahead of time.
So,
because like I said, the polyamorous people are very particular when it comes to.
Do your girls not get to have another boyfriend? It don't work like that.
Well, yeah, if you were polyamorous, but like I said, the most I was able to dive into for my own interest was to be polygynous, and what polygyny is one dude with multiple.
Right.
But I couldn't do the polyamorous thing because I don't like the idea of my partners having sex with other dudes. So that was as far as I could go. Polygynous or polygyny.
I think you should just stick to one, man. It's easier. It's easier. 2 attitudes, 2 budgets, too much.
Listen, they both made more money than me at the time, I think. So they're fine. They did not need me at all. I was just a good dude.
See, so what are y'all building in this relationship? That's maybe why it's hard for me to understand it, because you went on a podcast with Luke and Kai, but we talked about like dating and courting somebody, the difference between being dating and being in a relationship and so on and so forth. And I always thought, in my mind, like if I'm dating somebody, we're in a relationship, and if we're talking, that's like the process of us getting to the dating stand. And he was saying dating is, just talking, going out, to eat and stuff like that. Not necessarily saying you're in a relationship, but you're just dating. And I see how both things can be right, but that follows back on what we were just talking about of people gonna do what they want to do, and if somebody wants, I'm sorry, it's just hard for me to understand how or what the relationship is built up on. I feel like it's not a real relationship because there's no, like, what are y'all goals in this relationship? Is it that type of relationship, or y'all just fucking and having fun? Is that the whole point?
There was actual goals of living together, having a household together.
And see, so y'all not getting married, but who's the name of the house? Like, who's gonna be on the house deed? Everybody?
Probably.
And then if somebody want to leave, then how do you take care of that business?
Like if somebody wants to leave the relationship,
and don't want to be in the house, don't want to be in, it's a bad breakup, or not even that, they just don't want to be around y'all, don't want to be a part of whatever's going on. How do you split that house deed?
I mean, like, just figure it out. But like, see, that's what I think is what's missing in a lot, is that there isn't enough clear and concise conversation ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another big thing that's very important in the poly world, to have very clear and concise conversations before going into anything, having certain sets of rules and boundaries in line ahead of time.
Right.
So these things can, like, they take their shit very seriously. So it's not just like, it's not like frivolous fucking or anything like that. Like, this is actual, like, even they would go as far as have actual contracts when it comes to certain situations and certain rules and stuff like that.
So why not just okay. You can't marry multiple people, but at the same time, it's not in everybody's interest to get married. It's just, I don't know. Like, I know how it is dealing with one woman, and then I've like growing up, man, I hit so many girls that had boyfriends and shit like that. So once I see like literally, I know and I see that people are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And if they want to do the right thing, that's good. But it's a lot that goes into a relationship, as far as like the foundation of like what are your relationship built upon. And a lot of times is sex or mutual interest. And when I say things like that, it's just like we talk, we get along, that's what
Yeah.
our relationship is. But it doesn't have any, I don't know what your life is about. I don't know what your mission is, what you want to obtain, what your purpose, and how can I help you obtain those things. But even if that is the case, then you have two different people. So if you already have a problem with, unless, I don't know, but it seemed like it would be a lot and it's adding more to anybody that has any kind of depression or stress,
I mean, I wouldn't deny that, but the way I've always
That's
approached.
two periods, bro.
So,
That's weird. That's two different PMSs you have to worry about.
so what?
What do you mean, so what? And then you got your mom to worry about. Come on.
So?
That's too much.
Nah, I mean,
And imagine having a daughter. Oh my God. Your life is over.
just outnumbered.
Somebody at the door?
No, that was this.
Oh, my bad.
But no, the way I've always approached relationships was like from a level of trust and honesty. I've always given people the benefit. Like I've always started every relationship from ground zero. Like it's never been like any. Well, what's your opinion on this, or what's your rules on this? Like if that conversation happens, it happens. But I've always just let things happen as they happen. There was no real.
Establishing ground rules.
No, I would establish ground rules, but there was no like 5-year plan or anything like that. That's what I'm saying.
So when you're talking to people, you don't have the intent of like having them around?
In the moment, yeah, I have the intent of them being around.
In this, and I'm not, listen, I'm all for anybody having two women. Listen, I would like, no, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't do it personally. And it's definitely not now with a kid.
With my experience with the two women that I had, it was a fun experience. I can't say there was anything bad that happened.
But
It's just that our interests diverged. We wanted different things.
yeah, and see, my problem is when I don't want to be bothered, I would like to just not be bothered. But not, not even that, too. It's a lot that comes with dealing with one woman, sorry. So to have to deal with two of them simultaneously, it sounds good until shit get real. Just imagine if both of them, like, you said they're good financially, but how can you do something for one and not for the other without them feeling some type of way?
Balance.
What does that mean?
There's a balance.
Don't do for one without doing for the other?
No, there's a balance that entails with the other. So there can be a situation where one partner will feel jealous because they may feel that you're spending more time with another partner. So then that attention, you're not taking attention away from this partner. You're just reassuring the other partner that there is no, sway. So now there's more focus on taking care of any insecurities that may pop up between the party and being.
That's impossible. Like, it's you
No, it's not.
personally cannot, like, you can maybe manipulate or do things to help, but people are going to do what they want to do. Like, so what I mean is, I'm responsible for my own happiness, just like anybody that I date is responsible for their own happiness.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do or say, if they don't perceive it the way your intentions is entailing, then at that point, how
Well,
do you
yeah, I
find
agree with
balance?
that. But if there's an insecurity between one person and another person because they feel like I'm treating this person, I'm giving this person more attention than the other, then it's my responsibility to ensure that that's not what that is, to mitigate that insecurity, to then
But what do you do? Well, I guess it's circumstantial, like depending on the
there's
situation.
conversations, there's constant conversations that happen between each and every one, like whenever there's a problem. So when talking about, there's always that honesty and trust that needs to come forth. So if, like I said, if my partner's feeling insecure about that and they tell me about it, we have that conversation. So then I make it a point to make sure that they don't feel that way because they presented that to me. And that's literally what has happened through my experience with the two girls.
It's interesting, man. That's very interesting.
It's constant conversations, which I would argue is one thing that the polyamorous community has more in spades versus the monogamous people, because
Communication is key.
they don't talk enough.
Yeah, because I understand it would not work without like very, very good communication.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work. And for me personally, man, it's it's little shit that even dealing with one person, like, so last podcast, which was just last week, I said my fiance. Now it's my former fiance, but she, like, with her, I always had a problem with her just being on time. And out of 7 years, she's still not on time for things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like dealing with this one person on this one thing that I've tried to talk to her about a lot of things that she hadn't really worked on. And that's I guess that's the difference, huh? That's just proving polyamorous is better.
No, that's not. There is no tally system between the polyamorous and the monogamous world. It's just
no, it's not a competition.
And I do find it interesting too, because there's so many podcasts and there's so many things on the internet about communication and this, that, and the other, and women blaming men and men blaming women. And because I've had my experience with the whole poly thing, I now view it all as nonsense, because it's like there's too many people pointing the finger at one another without listening. Mm-hmm. So now you're saying, okay, so it's your fault. It's your fault that this is happening. Well, it's your fault that this, and it's one-upping on. And these are all monogamous relationships. It's like, dude, nobody's trying to find any solutions on trying to build better connections between men and women. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've noticed while being in that poly relationship, because it's like they're talking, but no one's hearing each other, and then there's no like, even with that lady with the the Cheesecake Factory thing, like, she did a response because of all the backlash that she got. She was like, oh yeah, I was doing that, I had did that video to uplift women and to empower people and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, how does any of that help?
I seen something else.
How does anything
that
of what
not
she
real.
did, from what I understand, it was real.
Yeah, when I seen it, it seemed
I looked
legit,
into
but
it.
I seen a video afterward of her trying to get a picture on a red carpet or some shit, and some people was putting in the comments like, this is the type of stuff she do. She's doing it for the internet type shit. And I'm like, well,
I don't believe that she was doing, like, the first video when she was showing dude, like, oh, you're taking me to this. I was like, yeah, she's doing it for the internet.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, there is people out here that are like that. But I'm like, that makes it easier for me to deduce who and who I don't need to be with, or even,
So even when she was like, I had did that for this and to spark a conversation or whatever, I was like, dude, there was no conversation. Nothing of what you did and nothing of what she did in her video helped bring men and women closer together. This was her whole video was to her her shitting on some dude for taking her to the Cheesecake Factory after making him wait an hour and then missing a reservation for an already nice.
But from what I've seen, most of the people in the comments of that video was saying, male or female, was saying she was shit crazy.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of there was a lot of agreement.
Technically, we did come together.
Yeah, but that's not.
She's a clown.
That's not the correct response.
Mm-hmm.
That was coming together through that was coming together through negativity.
Yeah, I guess.
And there, you can come together through positivity through doing something like that. But
yeah, it's weird when you're dealing with bougie. Have you ever dealt with a bougie chick before?
No bougie girl would ever waste her time on me. I'm a ghost to people like that. So there's no way. There would be no way.
Did you just never shoot your shot at bougie girls, or have you just never like went for the high end type of chicks? I haven't seen what your girls look like now, so I don't.
Most of the girls that
most
are
of the
interested
girls you
in
dated,
most of the girls that are interested in me is mostly off of my personality, because I'm so fucking awesome all the time. But no, it's just it's mainly because of my personality. It's rarely because of my looks. I normally then become attractive because of my personality. Because if you've got a good personality, you instinct to the person, you become more attractive. But it's mainly through my personality. Girls like that would never waste a breath on me, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine being invisible to a lot of the world. I've come to notice that people who actually pay attention, like people who would actually pay attention to me, or I don't want to say people, but a woman would actually have to actually pay attention to me in order to take interest in me, because I'm so reserved.
Because you're out the way.
That I'm so out the way, and I think that's why my dating pool is so small. Like I haven't dated that. Like I think I dated like maybe 12 women.
I think if you feel that way, you found a good approach to widen the dating pool and to have more, adventures and fun with the poly stuff. So if I was to say like, because people find attraction in different things, like you'll be surprised, no matter what you think you look like, you can be beautiful to the most beautiful girl in the world, and then the ugliest chick could be calling you ugly, like, well, bitch, you're ugly, so to me, you're, what I'm saying? So I'm saying to say that I wouldn't talk that way about yourself, bro. Speak highly
I don't think
of
I'm
yourself.
ugly.
No, because you saying it the way you saying it, they would never look at me. Well, the thing is, you.
The reason why I say that, it has nothing to do with my looks. The reason why I say that is because, like I said, I'm out the way. I'm not a person. Like I said, a person will actually have to focus on me in order to pay attention, in order to maybe then become attractive to me.
So when do you get to a point where you like step into the light to be seen?
I don't need to.
Why not?
Because people will come to me on their own. There's no reason for me to expose myself to a degree that's unnecessary, unless it's it has to be necessary for me to want to do that. But like for 9 times out of 10, there's no reason for me to. If I'm in the background and someone starts to pay attention to me, then that's what it is. But there's no reason for me to go any further. And I don't really have an interest in widening my dating pool either. I think the fact that my personality is the way it is, even though there are some cons to me being reserved and me being to myself and me being out the way, there's nothing that's perfect here. I do think that because of who I am, it has helped in me avoiding a lot of unnecessary drama that comes in with relationships. Because I could be more adventurous and talk to women and shoot my shot and see what happens and then enter like the dating pool. But if there's no reason for me to do that if it's just going to create unnecessary drama and trauma that a lot of people seem to interact with. and it's just unnecessary. So I'm perfectly fine just being out the way.
So, all right. I have a question about that. When I said stepping out into the light too, is also in reference to like, because you say you would never do things to be noticed. You don't think that the BDSM content was things to be noticed at all? Like, and to be put into a particular crowd or community?
No, it was purely for my own interest. I did not.
So you were watching it. You made the content to watch it to see if you were turned on or attracted by it. Like, I don't understand. So,
to see if I was interested in the beat.
By what you're doing, by looking at yourself, bro.
Well, you have to look at yourself in order to analyze who you are and what you're interested in and what your interests are, so you can then branch out. You are the center point to everything. So you have. I mean, I'm not looking outside of myself thinking that it works for me. It's just, am I interested? Can I apply it? Will I like it? And there were some things that I did like. There were some things that I didn't.
So,
it was exploration of self.
Like, when you're saying, do you like it? Do you like seeing it or doing and being a part of it? So you're watching it to see if that's something that you like being a part of. Yeah. That's what I don't get. So you're acting the part to see your performance, to see if that's something that you would actually like to be involved in.
So what do you mean specifically?
Like the BDS so I see a video of you doing this with a chain in your hand.
Yeah.
And then, like, so what about that you looking for it to say that I like this?
It was
That's what
I don't think I'm understanding the question. So
because you said you watching it, you did it out of curiosity to analyze it yourself to see if that's something that you would like.
Yeah.
Not you went out, tried to talk to some people in this community to perform these acts to see if it's something I like. You wanted to do a video to watch yourself doing stuff to nobody to see if it's something that you would like to do.
That's what I'm
getting out to. I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so the videos that I make is not for anybody else but myself.
But you put them out there for other people to see. Though.
I don't care about what other people think.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Because then, in that case, you wouldn't have put it out there for other people to see, right? You would have just kept it private for yourself. Why put it out there for the world to see if you didn't want other people to be a part of it or to see it and engage with it?
I would still do that. I save the videos for myself.
Like, I have videos that I keep for myself, but the world would never see them because when I watch and analyze them, I would do something different to do it better or something. Yeah. Or it's probably a nasty video that the world can't see.
The video is mostly for me, but I can post it for entertainment for other people. But it's not like I care about what they think. I've posted videos where I've gotten 0 views, 0 likes, 0 comments, and it doesn't change anything because I still like the video. Some of my favorite videos don't have a lot of views or likes or anything. So it's not about the likes or anything. And as far as the BDSM thing is concerned, like the whole chain and stuff like that, it was to see what kind of person I am in this state of mind. So BDSM stands for bondage, bondage,
domination or something like that.
Sub-dom, and I want to say masochist.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. I've seen it before.
But there's other acronyms for it. But within the sections of, I wanted to see if I was like a sub or a dom, what I'm interested in, or am I in between?
But I feel like that's something you will have to do to actually see if you like for you to look at yourself and say, okay, this is what I like. So that means you just like the way you look doing this stuff, or you're not.
No, it's based off of personality. Is where so the books that I've read depends on It depends on what you're interested in. Because there's different subsections of subs and doms. Like there's a primal dom, or there's a little, or there's a brat, or there's a soft dom.
Right. So my whole thing is, what I'm saying is, you saying by like, so when I say you're not out shooting your shot and stuff like that, like directly, you probably don't approach, because we talk about this, you're not really the engaging type at first. Like you said, if unless they notice you, they notice you, then you won't be noticed. But then you say you don't, you know, you don't put yourself in a light for the people to see, but you have. I feel like the whole BDSM thing, if you hadn't started making that content and putting it out there for the world to see, you wouldn't have been in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think because you aren't the engaging type, like you wouldn't walk up to somebody on the street and, hey girl, you want to be my girl? I'm poly. You want to be poly with me? That's not your thing. So you put this content out, got in the spotlight so people can see you. When people noticed you, then you were engaging with them, and it puts you in this world.
But like I said before, there were people that I was in contact with
that you were asking questions
that
about.
I was asking questions to. So before I even started actually posting content like that heavily, I was asking questions on what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, where my personality lands on certain. I was using reference points. I was like, okay, so I'm kind of into this thing, but I don't like this thing. And then they would explain it to me.
Right.
And then they were like, well, I don't think I'm a primal dom, because that doesn't sound, because primal doms are kinds of doms who like to chase their subs.
I'm sorry.
So I was like, it's not something.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to ask this question before I forget it. Would you, so you were looking up BDSM information, like poly information, before you started doing content.
I was looking up BDSM information first before the poly thing.
Right, but before TikTok too as well, right?
No,
like
it was during TikTok.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, so that was about to be my next question. So if you was looking up before you started posting TikTok videos, were you creating videos when you were interested before you were creating content of yourself? Because now that goes back to me what you're saying.
But like I said, the videos that I make weren't reference points. It was off of what my idea of who I am in the BDSM world would be.
But you role play every role, right?
No,
you have at least one video. With
there's a subsection of role play, but I'm not role playing. It's actually where I'm at. Mentally.
So, okay, okay, all right. So even with the first video, when you're trying to figure out what you like, that's where you were mentally. Before you see, I don't know. It's like, what comes first, the interest or the content, or not? I don't know.
For me, it was my interest. Like I said, I only got interested. It was based off of my own curiosity. I saw other videos and I was looking at other things that made me ask myself the question, am I into it? So then that's what prompted me to ask questions to the people I was asking questions to. They was giving me information. Then it prompted me more to read books on it, to study it, to then apply it to myself. And then after a while, once I was confident enough in my own idea of where I am, as far as BDSM is concerned, then that's where the videos were coming.
You gotta excuse my sneaky smile, because I got more questions.
That's totally fine, dude. I'm not offended at all. I promise you, I'm not.
No. You shouldn't be. Because that's not the role. That's not what we're here to do. I'm just trying to understand it, but at the same time, I want you to understand some of the contradictions or some of the things that it don't. Not contradictions, but it don't seem like would be the case if you hadn't did TikTok. Like
Yeah, if I hadn't did TikTok, I probably would have never explored BDSM.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say just because I probably wouldn't have never explored BDSM doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I could have still not gone on TikTok and still could have been curious enough to explore BDSM. Not to probably make videos, but to at least understand myself in a new direction. Because here's my thinking when it comes to this.
So you don't need the videos to find yourself or understand what you like.
No.
But I'm saying, so the videos were made for
my own entertainment.
Max, come on, Max. We know that the videos is for the bitches. The videos was baked for the bitches. Just say it, man.
It can be.
Just say it.
But it's for me.
No.
It's completely selfish.
Listen how weird that sounds. I'm gonna record a video of myself.
It's not weird.
Doing something.
I mean,
like,
you could.
This for me. Fuck y'all ladies. No, man, I'm not saying you saying fuck the ladies, but
No,
I'm like,
I even say it in the TikTok videos that I post. Like, dude, I don't care about views. I don't care about likes. I only post videos for my own entertainment. I don't give a
that
shit.
itself is not true. We do care about views and we do care about likes.
I don't.
You should. Why don't you?
But I don't, because it doesn't matter.
So if nobody ever viewed or liked your stuff,
I still would be posting videos for my own entertainment until I got bored. And guess what's going on? I'm getting bored, so I'm posting less videos now. It's not changing. It's not changing. I understand. Like, listen, this may be something that you probably just won't get, and it's totally fine.
I can go to your Instagram and see when you created your Instagram. It say,
but I'm almost never on Instagram.
Right. That's my thing.
You
start posting more when you start getting those views and those likes. You
but
saw it happening on TikTok. You start posting more on Instagram to get more followers, right?
No. I posted on Instagram and Facebook because there are family members who like when I rap and dance.
I don't want nobody saying that they don't care about views and followers. We all care about views and followers.
I promise you I don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want more followers.
Listen, you want to believe that I do, that's fine.
I want to believe that
I'm not going to reject you on it, but
I want to believe that every creator do. I believe that every creator wants to have a vast community of people that they can interact with, especially when
I could not give a shit.
I don't know. I think you do. I think you love it on TikTok when people are interacting with you.
I don't talk
and
to
I
people.
think that's what makes more.
That's not what drives me.
Well, probably don't talk to people now, but at some point you were live almost every day with people.
Yeah, for my own interest. And then I found out that I don't like doing lives like that. Everything is almost
Max.
It's almost everything that I'm interested in is for my own. It's selfish. I promise you, it's completely selfish. I'm not lying. It's completely selfish.
Man. I don't know, man.
You don't have to believe me. I'm telling you, that's what the truth is.
I don't know. Max full of shit.
I mean,
no, I'm talking shit.
It's fine. You can do that.
The only reason why I be throwing stuff out there, man. Honestly, I don't really give two shits what anybody else do with their time. I just want you to be safe because you're my homie. Especially when dealing with these women, because women are crazy. A lot of them are shiesty. All women are crazy, but a lot of them are shiesty. And just be careful. But don't say you don't care about views and followers.
I don't.
Don't ever say that. Not on this podcast.
It's not.
We want you to like, follow, and subscribe here. Yes, we do.
I mean, definitely do that. Definitely do that. But I think you will have much more of an appreciation if I'm honest with you. So, like,
no,
definitely do that.
Lie to your fans. Everybody knows a good entertainer lies to his fans.
I'm good.
Talk about you don't do it for the likes and views. Man, get out of here. No, I'm just playing. I do understand that though a lot because I've been back making content and I do care about the likes and views though. I do want more likes and views because I see the potential income that can be made, and a lot of these kids are making a lot of money off TikTok doing thank you for the roses. Hi, Lizzie.
I really thought about doing that one day.
Me
just
too.
Just
Me
for
too.
the shits and giggles.
Me too. That's because I got so many different masks and stuff I can put on, and it wouldn't be nothing.
If I were to care about likes and views, it would probably be more focused on my Find Your Balance page because I talk more about philosophy and mental health and stuff like that, and I think that's important. I think that's important for people to get in contact with, but it's not to increase my own, to be more famous or anything like that. It's more.
Only reason why I say you should care about the likes and views is, well, I mean, you probably don't care if you have to work, but me, I'm trying to make the most amount of money for the least work possible. Physical work, like creating content is a lot of work. Even setting up this podcast every time we do it is a lot of work. But if I can get paid to go live and just talk to people, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? If that was rent paying potential, I would do it just as much as anybody else. Probably not the NPC thing, but yeah, you know, I would go live a lot more too with followers and stuff. But it's just a lot going on, and then I be wanting my background to look good and all that shit. So yeah, you know, it's messy over there and all that. So get that out the picture. But yeah, fair play. But yeah, all these platforms are paying pennies on a dollar, and if you can make, you know, a couple dollars a day off all the platforms, it can pay the bills. Yeah. If I can get to that point where it is paying the bills, I would love it. But
that'd be dope.
It is good to have a passion and to be serious about what you're doing, like, and just being consistent more than anything, I think is the main key. But like we talked before about niching down, that's like your Find Your Balance page, you'll probably have a lot more success than your regular page because it's niched toward the mental health community, you know.
I don't know. It's not geared strictly towards mental health. More so, it's a page to help people think more critically. Because I'm of the opinion that people don't know how to think critically anymore. Like, that was an actual class that we had growing up. Critical thinking and stuff like that. Yeah. To learn how to break down problems that aren't necessarily the norm, to learn how to understand how to settle an argument between two people or how to understand certain things. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's become lost. So I think that's what drives me as far as to find your balance. So I look up certain philosophers like Socrates, or even Eastern philosophers like Sun Tzu or Confucius. And I also analyze mental health. As a matter of fact, speaking of work, I was actually considering, because I'm starting not to see myself become a maintenance tech for the rest of my life. And due to the fact that I'm in my 30s and I'm already feeling like pains in my knees and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I don't want to. Mm-hmm. So I'm considering maybe being somewhat of a psychologist, going to school for that, or maybe being a therapist. Because the older I've gotten, the more interest, just like with the BDSM thing, the more interest I'm having in psychology. And human psychology and human relationships and stuff like that. So
I'm the same way, man. I went into a big because we have some psychology, like family therapy psychology books out there on the way out. You see them, but I got into like body language and micro expressions real deep, and I was really into that to the point where I wanted to go to school and learn a little more. But I'm like, well, I would. Like, what would I potentially use this for in my field of entertainment? Besides to, like, land the deal. Like, if I'm talking to you and I see how you're reacting to what I'm saying, I can kind of manipulate the conversation. But, yeah, I just didn't. I'm like, well, these YouTube videos will be good enough. It's not like I'm actually use this for... for income purposes.
Even with the whole therapy thing, I've seen therapists on YouTube, not really like giving out
is very useful.
Therapy advice, but like talking about psychology and stuff. Like, there's just therapists that I'm following on. Sorry, my fault. What's that one song? Was it the Facebook song? Remember that?
Oh yeah,
that's what
Facebook. I'm loving how your face look.
Oh, that verse was so bad.
You know that's still on YouTube.
Is it?
That shit's still on YouTube, but it's so terrible. Like, like that's exactly how it sounds.
That verse was so bad. That's probably like the next
Man,
conversation
that whole
point.
fucking and if I know what I know now about like marketing and what it takes to really advertise, that could have been a big thing. Like all we got to do is switch some shit about getting head and shit like that. But that even like the whole concept and oh my god, it took over MySpace. It took over as #1 social media for a while. Like that would have been a big thing. Even today, we used to re-record that shit and do it real. Like I think it could still be something big.
Oh man.
Cause especially with sync deals, like placements and stuff like that, TV commercial placements and stuff, I think it'll be a big thing. That hook went sometimes.
That's the next talking point. Talking about our old verses that make us cringe. our old
Remember that?
No,
whole
when we bring Luke here, that's our conversation. What's an old verse that we had that you had that made you just hate?
I already know one. It's the beginning of the race and I'm going real fast. Feel like nitrous when I hit that gas. How about the whip? Feel like I'm still riding. Remember what song that was?
Was it Need for Speed?
Yes. And see, even oh my god, that would have been a big thing, bro. If we like today, because I know how to pitch the music to those industries, and we just don't make songs like that now. Like now that I'm officially releasing music, we need to be back on making songs like that. Like I think you're the person I should be doing that with, making video game songs.
Yeah, we can do that. Definitely.
I think we should.
We can definitely do that.
We should redo some of the old songs, like the beginning mixtape. Like do a whole album.
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that verse. I don't remember. If I look for it, I'm pretty sure I can find it.
Talking about the intro, the beginning, the actual song.
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't.
But the beginning, but like as a mixtape, yeah. I had my whole idea for it back then. It was like the CD was gonna be like a midnight kind of scene, but the snow was falling and you could see a shadow. So it was us like standing there, but like it was just like one of those like above head shots, but like we were silhouettes and you could see the shadow and there's like a light in the background. It was like my whole idea, like yeah. I probably would have like flexed my whole camera, my whatever that's called, getting your vision out on. Is it producer or director or whatever?
Director view.
I might.
We need to do more of that, man. If you down to do, because we don't even have no content together for real.
No.
We don't have any content.
No.
Like, oh yeah, we do. We got duets together. Remember, like the lightsaber thing. I duetted with you. You did a video.
Oh, and I did a. You was doing like a verse thing, and I did one of those.
I used verse challenge.
I used open verse challenge.
Where I don't even remember.
That
had to be a long time ago because I haven't done no.
That was like
TikToks in a minute.
That was like a couple years ago, like 2021.
I really missed the pandemic. I feel like it was more time for me to create. I was having fun creating. I was.
Probably.
Now it's like, I got to get something out. Oh, my God. What am I going to do? But I don't know. I'm going to be the podcast clipper now. Be the podcast clipper now. But not even with just that, man. I'm going to try to use as much as AI to my advantage while they throwing it out there. Now, I encourage everybody to do the same.
Fair play.
I'm going to learn how to program the AI. Teach you how to do shit.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
But I'm saying, this is back what I was saying before. It's all shit that anybody can access. So it's not like it's no secrets. But I mean,
I think it feels like it's like I've seen like YouTube videos like for video games. There's like things the video game doesn't tell you, but it's not like they're holding the secrets. It's just they didn't tell you it, so you don't know. So I think it feels like it's the same things, like things that you don't know, the things you don't know, and the things you don't know that you don't know.
Yeah, that's some deep shit.
Thank you, Boondocks. That's where I got it from.
What is something you know?
It's
you
an
don't
unknown
know?
unknown.
Yo, he said some deep shit on there the other day when I was watching. He said, "Granddad, what do you do? Like, what can you do when you? What do you do when? What did he say? What the fuck? Ah, I'm blowing it. What do you do when there's nothing you can do, but you can't do nothing, or something like that? It was some. Oh my god, it was some deep shit. What do you do when you can't do anything, but you can't do nothing?
When there's nothing you can do, but you can't do anything.
Yeah, something like that. That may be exactly what it said.
I don't know what Granddad said, but I'm probably.
He was like, "You do what you can."
You do what you can.
Yeah, like what, motherfucker? But you can't do nothing, but you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like the premises of it was pretty much like, you know, what do you do when there's nothing you can do, but you can't do nothing? Like you just can't let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Granddad, like, you do what you can. Well, what can I do? Because I can't do nothing, but I just can't let it fly. You do what you can. Well, what can I do? Because I can't do nothing, and I can't just let it fly. You get it? So it's like, it's no, yeah, Ouroboros.
That's funny.
Speaking of, have you watched season 2 of Loki?
No, I've lost interest.
Oh, my God. And all the Marvel stuff, or just Loki?
It's just like the Marvel stuff has just been kind of pissing me off as far as like their storytelling is concerned.
Really?
Yeah, like the last thing that I've enjoyed watching was the Spider-Man Homecoming one.
Shots fired at Marvel.
It's true. Like Marvel knows it. Disney knows that Marvel's in trouble.
Hold on. You gotta elaborate on this. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta elaborate. I gotta cut that segment.
You gotta pay some bills.
We still got the video going though. So, what is it that's disappointing you about Marvel?
It's just the storytelling. It's bad.
Cookie cutter storytelling?
I don't even know if. Yeah, that.
I mean, but that's been a thing since the beginning.
I wouldn't even call it cookie cutter. It feels like they're pushing an agenda that's not that doesn't help elevate the story.
Yes.
So it's not interesting to me anymore. And which is a shame because I really liked Loki, but I've been so disappointed through the past. Like after the Marvel Spider-Man one with Tobey Maguire in them, that's the last Marvel movie that I enjoyed. Outside and the Spider-Verse stuff doesn't count. But
I mean, that was Fox, wasn't it?
Was it Fox?
Tobey Maguire was Fox.
No, I'm talking about the last one with
with the three of them.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the last one that I actually enjoyed. Mm-hmm. The movies that came out since then has just not been that great.
So
and it's just been boring. And then the shows that came out on Disney Plus, like She-Hulk and the I don't even remember the other ones that I looked at, but it's just bad.
Captain Marvel.
I didn't even finish that one. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, I don't like when they ask stuff that don't have really no relevance to the storyline, and they like really throw it out there like you're saying, the whole agenda thing. And I don't mean to throw no shade on the LGBTQ community, but they keep throwing out there that this America Chavez is the first openly gay character. But why is she gay? Like, does she have a lover that plays a significant role in the storyline? Otherwise, she doesn't need to be sexualized at all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like who cares?
All right, only people that need to have their sexuality explained or, announced, I guess, are people that have relevant storylines to their sexuality.
Like, if she was having a relationship like that and it was just presented like that, like, you don't have to tell us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, all right, she's gay. Whip-de-doo. Everybody's gay nowadays. Yeah. Like, all right, so how does that feel? But, I mean, not everybody. I don't mean to say you're not gay, Max.
I'm gay.
I'm just talking shit. I'm gay. You might be.
I'm gay.
No, but, yes, just stuff like that, it don't really, it didn't sit well with.
Yeah, and the stories within themselves was just boring to watch. Like, I was just not. So after a while, I was just like, I'm not interested.
Because they think if you throw some kicks and punches out there, people are gonna like it. But it's also the intertwining of the storytelling they're trying to do with the shows and the movie, and they're doing
That was fine. Like on paper, when they were coming out with that, like the intertwining of storylines between, I thought that was a dope idea. When it came out, I was like, yeah, on paper, but the execution was bad. It reminds me of and I don't mean to jump back to anime, but like when Dragon Ball GT came out, the storylines about the Dragon Balls being corrupted because there was too many witches.
That was the dopest
On
shit
paper,
ever.
that sounds dope.
Black Star,
but the
yeah.
execution and stuff behind all that,
Yeah.
it's just bad. You know what I'm saying? Turning Goku into a kid and traveling to space to try to catch that Dragon Ball feel. Like, nah. So it's the same thing for me, I think, if that for Marvel. It was great on paper. I'm like, dog, that sounds fire.
In my
And then the
mind,
execution, I was like, oh my God.
after I watched, like after the entire series, I watched it for the second time. It made me realize why they turned Goku to a kid at the beginning to power him down because of the, they eventually get Super Saiyan.
Well, I mean,
4
even
fusion.
that was, even if that was, yeah,
So
sure.
if you think if he
Power him
didn't
down.
turn into a kid, he probably would have obtained it earlier. But even with that, he was still like super fucking strong, But I mean, it's a lot to the. Hey, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with the whole Marvel thing, so do you think this is time for a DC comeback?
You know what's so bad about DC? I blame a lot of DC's problems on the old heads to trying to compete with Marvel because they started bad from jump. And I feel bad for the Blue Beetle movie because the Blue Beetle movie was actually a good movie to me. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
But
cool.
I think it because DC's got such a bad rep back to back to back with superhero movies. It's not gelling. And then they kept going back and forth with Superman and Batman making new origin stories over and over and over again. People are like, dog, no, like it's just why?
They got people confused now. Who's gonna be the next Batman?
Right. And then
They think it's George Clooney. I think.
and I think a lot of people were really turned off when they played Henry Cavill the way that they did.
Because he's not gonna be Superman against Black Adam.
He was told that he was going to be super. Like, so I don't know if you know the whole story, but he's also the Witcher on Netflix, and there was some issues.
Makes sense.
And Henry Cavill's a big Witcher fan, so there was some issues between him and the people writing the scripts for The Witcher because there were things that were happening in the show. I don't know anything about The Witcher, so to me, I had no frame of reference to back it off of to know what was bad and what was good. But for people who are actual Witcher fans, including Henry Cavill himself, there was a lot of disputes between him and the people writing the scripts. And he said, well, no, he didn't say, but it felt as if, from what I see from the reviews and stuff like that, it felt as if the people that were writing the scripts were just using The Witcher to try to get some money. Like it wasn't about the books or the games or anything like that. It was about using, and then they needed like a big name like Henry Cavill to help pull people in,
Right.
and even more so knowing that he was a Witcher guy. So then there was a whole dispute, and then he ended up leaving The Witcher, and he originally was not going to play Superman anymore, but since he left The Witcher, he was like, well, I'll go be Superman. And he made a deal with the people to make, I think James Gunn or whoever it was, to play Superman. It was like, yeah, well, they made a deal for Henry Cavill to play Superman, which is why he showed up at the end of the Black Adam movie. But then after that, they was like, we're not going to use Henry Cavill as Superman. We're looking for a younger guy. And it was like, dude, you pretty much just lied to him.
But that's the story. They could have brought in Superboy to be the next Superman.
I mean, I guess, but like, they pretty much just lied to Henry Cavill, and it was just Henry Cavill didn't deserve, all that stuff that was happening.
I think it would have been
felt bad.
sweet if he would have fought Black Adam and died. Then his son became Superboy and fought Black Adam and became the new Superman. A story or two for now.
Well,
I know
Black
that's
Adam.
not- chronologically correct, but I mean, I got chocolate on my fingers and shit. Chocolate? That's doo-doo, baby. Excuse me. What you say now?
You know, funny thing about Black Adam, even though he does kill people, he's not really a bad guy.
Yeah, he's like anti-hero.
Yeah, like there were a couple times in the comics where he was a part of the Justice League fighting against people. He's mainly more concerned about his country than anything else. He's one of those. He's like Doctor Doom. Like he's not Doctor Doom, but he's more concerned about what's going on with his country. If there's a threat to his country, then he'll take it out. But beyond that, like he's not out here robbing banks or picking on the little guy or anything like that. He don't give a shit about that.
So, are you gonna go watch Miss Marvels when they come out?
No. I've become so disinterested. I don't want, like, my mom asked if I wanted to watch Loki with her. And I was like, nah, and she asked me the same question. She was like, how come? I was like, I'm just bored. I'm just not interested anymore. Like back to back, I've just been disappointed with watching the shows and stuff like that. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I think Loki's pretty good compared to like how was it Captain America: Winter Soldier? That was kind of bad. I didn't like Secret Invasion.
I like Winter Soldier. I heard a lot of people were pissed at Secret Invasion though.
Yeah, because I don't see how like it's gonna be relevant going forward. The Captain Marvel and Winter Soldier stuff. Like I feel like that little small plot point. Because is he gonna be Captain America in all the movies now, too?
But the Falcon?
Yeah.
He was in the comics, so I wouldn't see why not.
Right. So the thing is, I think it's gonna be too many black people, and they're not gonna let it happen.
Racist! You down and against your own people,
no,
man.
I'm not.
I thought you was a brother. I thought you was down for the cause, bro. Nah. Nah. He's on fire for real.
I'm not saying there's too many black people. I'm saying you know how this country is. Too many niggas in one movie. You can't be.
Yeah, speaking of that, people were getting mad for the Spider-Man video game. It was announced that Miles was going to be the main Spider-Man from now on. And Peter's not dead. He's just retired as Spider-Man in the games. And people were like, the only Spider-Man that I'll recognize is Peter Parker. And I was like, dude, I don't understand why people are so pissed. Like, throughout all the times Miles took up the mantle of Spider-Man, throughout most of the times, Peter died. At least this time he retired. And his whole arc through the games was learning. Miles' arc through the games was learning how to be Spider-Man on his own. Right. And Miles Morales, in that game, Peter took a vacation. And he didn't tell Miles ahead of time. So that was a forced environment where he had to be. And on top of that, he's a teenager. And most teenagers are like full of insecurity and hormones. So he had to pretty much like wing it in the Miles Morales game because he was like, it's a forced environment. But as soon as Big Bro Spider-Man came back, it was returned to form instantly. All right, I'm back up now. I'm back to being back up. So throughout the game of Spider-Man 2, Peter was not becoming as reliable to Miles or as available to Miles as he used to be. So then Miles ended up having to make a decision on his own to start making decisions so that he could learn how to be on his own. And by the end of the game, and I don't know if you're interested in playing it or not, but by the end of the game, I'm trying to skip over spoilers, but there's like light spoilers here.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt me. Probably people listening, but
by the end of the games, Miles was like, "Can I, at least come back? Even though you're retiring as Spider-Man, can I at least come back to you for advice?" Peter was like, "Dude, you don't need it. You're fine." So I don't really see a big issue, but people were having a big problem with Miles being the main Spider-Man for the next
Yeah,
games.
people always gonna have a problem with black people being the main something. It's always gonna be a problem. But we're gonna go and cut this short because we going on midnight,
Oh,
and I
shit.
still gotta work.
Me too.
And I don't. Yeah, video's still going, but I do appreciate you. Again, this is a shorter
yeah,
stream.
yeah.
We still went 2 hours on this one, but you know, it was fun. We had a nice discussion, man.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah,
you
yeah.
thinking nothing about the poly shit, man. You know, I
Oh
gotta
no,
tug
dude,
it.
I get it.
I gotta tug your chain a little bit.
There's
and
there's
question
some things
things.
that people aren't gonna understand, which is fine.
Because
But-
even after all that shit, I still don't understand. But it's
And
fine.
the best part is that you don't even have to.
I don't.
That's the
because
best
It's not my
part.
life. It's not something that I'm curious to know if I'm down for. And at first, I thought it was like me like being a Christian thing. Like, no, it don't really have nothing to do with that because even before then, I didn't really have no interest in that. I've had a threesome before, but it wasn't. I mean, let me not underplay it. Yeah. But I would never think of being with 2 people at once. It just seemed like a lot for me personally.
That's
Anybody
fine.
that can't handle it, you're a very strong person,
That's
and
fine.
that's why you're in that position because you can handle it. I wouldn't be able to. What? Oh, okay. No, I was reading this. I'm sorry. Oh, but we're going to go ahead and close it out. Max, thank you again. I ain't mean to
Yeah.
keep you so late, man. We got to get straight out of here because it's midnight. I don't want you getting out too late. Nah, I just don't want you here. I'm sleepy. I still got to take a shower, dude.
I've been kicked out of worse places.
Bro, when I came in, I instantly just started trying to get shit together, tried to eat something, and I just got to get in the shower, so.
Facts.
But thank you guys for listening. Thank everybody who follow the podcast. But if you're not following, if you have been listening, if you have been watching, if you've seen any of our clips and you like what you hear or like what you see, baby, make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button on YouTube. And we are He's on Fire, the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you find podcasts.
Social media platforms on deck.
Yes, He's on Fire, the podcast on YouTube. And do I have an Instagram for He's on Fire, the podcast? I think I do. I don't
Most
know.
likely.
I think I do. I'm not sure. But if it is, we will have one soon. But this has been T-Tide.
It's your boy, Max A.
And this is
He's
on
on
Fire, the podcast. See y'all guys later. Y'all have a good night. I
You gotta
know,
get that
for
trumpet
the-
home.
You know what? I had it on my other soundboard. I just don't have it on this one. I need to go ahead and add it on there. It would do us a lot of good, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if you can program these buttons. I never looked into that. But they got voice changer on here too. I see it, but
I have a children's voice now. But it just picks now everything. You see how the music changed? Yeah.
So who uncle is this? Next podcast, this is the voice I'm using. Nah, baby. Go ahead and say something, Max.
What? I sound like an anime character for real.
Conjurer.
Shit, my fault. Max keep picking her down. Alright, we out of here. He's on Fire the Podcast.